Yo, what up, everyone? It's your boy Cozy Kaz, and okay, I didn't know Unreal Fest was happening. Apparently, it's happening, and I just saw a tech demo for The Witcher 4 gameplay, and I was like, I just watched the first 10 seconds. I was like, this looks insane. So what I want to do now is actually do a reaction video to it. I think the Unreal Fest is still happening now. It looks like it's happening in Orlando. And yeah, let's just jump into this. I need to see this because my mind is broken in terms of what I'm looking at visually in terms of graphics. But yeah, enough chit chat. Let's get into it.
Sleep, is he? The ploughing plonker. Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract. Where's Virna, Gyro? Aye, the devil's out there! This running from!
Oh! Whoa! I wonder if this is real time. I don't think so. It looks very cinematic. It's probably a cinematic.
Salt. Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
Wow. Look at my eyes. I'm like, that's crazy. CD Projekt Red.
Thank you.
Always
Thank
pushing
you,
the boundaries.
Everyone, and welcome to the State of Unreal at Unreal Fest Orlando. We're here to show you what's next with Unreal Engine and so much more. We are thrilled that you're able to join us. Thank you. But first things first, I'm here with Sebastian and Kaitek from CD Projekt Red. We have a lot to talk about. Hey, guys.
Hey. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Wyatt, and hello, everyone. With The Witcher 4, we're stepping things up. And to do that, we needed the right partner, one that truly understands that great open-world games are all about art and technology coming together.
Yeah, and look, our goals are completely aligned here. And around the launch of UE5, your awesome team at CD Projekt Red announced a collaboration to make open-world development in Unreal even better. And it's an opportunity, we just couldn't pass it up. So we've been working on a technical demo together to achieve just that. I think we should take a look at it. You guys ready?
Born ready. Kaitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure, let's do it.
Oh, the PS5 controller. Oh my god. What?
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4.
Why?
So, and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
You lie. Nah,
In
this
the
cap.
game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin.
He said ray tracing.
The region we are
At
in
60
is called
FPS.
Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game.
What?
Right now, Ciri is investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village.
Oh my god.
All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So
Oh
just
my
like Geralt had wrote,
god.
Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal.
Oh my
So
god.
Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic.
Look at the
and
drapery on her cloak. Just
And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
okay. Seen this in Red Dead Redemption 2 a little bit.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we
Okay.
don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So
Wow.
we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in
Hi,
order to achieve
Phoebe.
gorgeous
My cat
foliage
is
density everywhere, while still
crying.
being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows.
Wow.
And they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise
cat.
means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
This looks incredible. But I obviously have my concern. Duh.
Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food. I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Whoa.
Not even at the Land Exeter Fair! Now, 9 gazes while I present him with a fish. For the furry rascal will often wait.
This feels very Moscow, like Russian. This town. It has that type of look.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is. Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together.
Unnecessary, but okay. This is actually pretty
Look at
crazy.
this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Last of it, is it?
Did you see that shield just did a pop in there? It's probably running on a PlayStation 5 Pro, and they're using PSR.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
PSSR. PSSR. The
Typical day's
upscaling.
toil.
Who in? With your ass. What news of my wagons? No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton. Not here.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares.
I think this
gathering
is too much. It's too much. It's just too much detail and too much. It's like, why? What do we need this?
Got mackerel cod, all Braxton's finest.
And there is tons of tech at play here, even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus. But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
Hey Siri.
We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
Okay.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans.
Release date. Just do it.
First look at Lanexeter.
Onward, Kelpie. With what?
Oh wow. Well done, guys. CD Projekt Red, always. They're doing too much.
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it looks amazing. And we've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So here's Julien to tell you
Well
even
done,
more.
CD Projekt
Thank you
Red
very
and
much.
Thank you so much.
Unreal Engine 5. Alright, that's great. I have so much to say. It's insane. But before I do that, what I want to do is just turn the light on. I just noticed like the sun's coming down. You guys can't really see me properly, but let me just go do that quickly and I'll be back. That was fantastic. There's so much I want to say. Obviously, this is not the pure like 4K footage. Perhaps this will be available online after this whole event is finished so that you can really get into the finer details. But this is, I will say this, it looks amazing. The question is, was it running on a PS5 or PS5 Pro? Because they mentioned that this is running at 4K 60. Okay, we don't know if it's 4K 60 FPS, but it's 60 FPS with ray tracing on a PlayStation 5. Is it a Pro or a base PlayStation 5? We don't know. I think it might be the Pro because there was a bit of, I wouldn't call it artifacting. Sorry, I'm not really technical with this stuff. But basically, there was a lot of artifacts that were representative of an upscaling technology. And I've seen that in a Digital Foundry video where they covered The Last of Us Part 2 on the PlayStation 5 Pro, where one of the bushes, because of the PSSR implementation or upscaling, when you further away, the bush really didn't appear, but when you walked closer, it sort of appeared quickly. That's representative of what upscaling does. The reason why I'm mentioning that is because in the video while I was watching, there was a scene where one of the guards was holding like a shield thing and the same thing happened. So I'm assuming this is probably on a PS5 Pro, because to get 60 FPS with ray tracing on a console, I don't think the base PlayStation 5 can do that. But anyway, this looks incredible. And this gives me hope that potentially we might see GTA 6 running at 60 FPS on the PS5 Pro, but obviously Rockstar has different technology to Unreal Engine and Epic Games and what they're doing, so we can't really say that, but it gives some clues as to how GTA 6 could potentially run on a PS5 Pro, I'm assuming at this point. And I think it's a good sign that we will see 60 FPS potentially. Whether or not I want to get a PS5 Pro, it's something I've been thinking about. I wanted to sell my base PlayStation 5 and move fully to PC, but now since GTA 6 is coming out, I'm like, maybe the PS5 Pro should be an option, especially if I want to cover GTA 6 on this channel. So technically this looks incredible, it looks amazing, but my concern is, and this is the problem with the games industry with the past, I would say 5 to 10 years, or I wouldn't say 5 to 10 years. In the past decade, we've really upped the ante when it comes to graphics, and I think that's a problem. We focus so much on graphics, a lot of the narrative, storytelling and writing has suffered. We've seen that in many countless games, and we're focusing too much on fidelity and detail. And yes, The Witcher is a great game, and it's an open world game. I'm very concerned about why we're focusing so much on graphics and very lengthy video games. I don't see the disconnect. I see a disconnect with that, because I'll tell you now, like, I think last year I played Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 on PC. Amazing game, amazing looking game, and it still smacks to this day. But it was a 10-hour experience and I loved it. It wasn't too long. I could get into it and finish the game, not quite quickly. I always take my time when I play games to enjoy the experience. But I'm very concerned that we're getting into a point where graphics is becoming like the main be-all and end-all of video games, and fidelity specifically is something that we're getting into too much, and I just don't, it's not good. Path tracing is awesome. I've seen it. I'm running a 4080 Super with 64 gig RAM and the AMD 7950 X3D processor, I can run Cyberpunk at 4K, but it really struggles to get to like 4K, like 60 with path tracing on. It looks amazing, but does it really matter? I played Crysis last year. That game is probably like a decade old at this point, and it looks amazing. Can give you good examples. Far Cry 5 looks amazing. Is it 5? Yeah, 5. The one with based on like Montana and stuff. Like, a game can look great, but what really grabs you is the story, how it plays gameplay, mechanics, and how it makes you feel. Like, this stuff looks amazing, and I love that technology is being pushed. Like, I'm not going to criticize that too much. Like, it's great that technology is being pushed, but we're pushing gaming in the wrong direction. The content is suffering, but the graphics are improving. GTA 6 looks insane. So that's all I have to, like, yeah, GTA 6 looks insane. This looks insane. Games are starting to look great. But my problem is, yeah, we're losing out on, like, the storytelling aspect of games, the gaming mechanics. Like, games don't have substance anymore. And we're focusing too much on graphics. One prime example is Hellblade 2. That I've only played 20 minutes of that game. And I was just like, I'm out. I can't continue. It just didn't work for me. And that's a perfect example of a game that's pushing technology to the max. It looks insane. It looks incredible. But the gameplay just, it's terrible. It sucks. I don't think I'll ever go back to that game and try it again and play through it. I'm not going to suffer like that. But yeah, this looks amazing. Well done, CD Projekt Red. This is incredible. They're always pushing technology, especially when Cyberpunk came out. It was incredible. Incredible looking game. But those are my thoughts, guys. If you like everything I've said, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm fairly new to like the YouTube game. I'm trying to cover like games and play games and also do commentary. So yeah, this looks great. It makes me more excited about GTA 6 potentially running at 60 FPS at some point. When it does drop, hopefully on a base PS5. But I'm looking to buy a PS5 Pro just for that game. It sounds stupid, but yeah, I want to cover that game on this channel. But yeah, dude, like, I'm very worried about the gaming industry, and this has been going on for a while. And to the point about how long a game is, open world games and this fidelity stuff is getting tedious. Bring back 10-hour games, 10 to 15-hour games. Not even 15 hours, 10 hours. Like, I think Crysis 2 and 3 are not that long. You could finish the game in 10 hours. It's about 10 to 15 hours. Bring back those games. I'm tired of this 30-hour, 40-hour experiences now. It's getting tiring. But that's just my 2 cents. This looks amazing. I went over a rant and talked about the gaming industry and all of this. If you've liked what you've heard and what I've said, yeah, like, subscribe, do everything like that. And thanks for watching this video. This has been Cozy Kaz, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding these two